Hello, hello, and welcome back to Tennis Ace. Yes, yes. Wait, let me check my microphone real quick. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. Whoops. Uh, don't worry about that. Don't question things, okay? We go back to the main street in front of the station. It seems we just hit rush hour, as many people keep pouring out of the station. The streets that until now only had a couple passerbys here and there are now packed with endless waves of people. June starts fidgeting uncomfortably, walking closer to me than before. His hands keep brushing up against my arm multiple times. Are you okay, Kobayashi-san? You seem a bit on edge. Kei-kun seems to be a bit more mindful of June than you'd normally expect him to be. He keeps shooting curious glares at the tiger every few seconds. Oh, that's right. I forgot that June doesn't deal well with crowds. Seriously? Oh, crap. I think I remember him saying something about it when we first met. We should probably find a quieter place so he can relax now. Shuichi starts looking around. This is one of those situations where his crazy height makes him useful, since he can easily see over the mass of people. Ah, there's a sweet shop over there that is almost empty. We could go there for a while. Are you sure you're not just saying it because you want to eat some sweets? Nothing wrong with mixing business with a little bit of pleasure. Oh god, that sounds so incredibly wrong. Well, good to see at least they're enjoying themselves. Oh, June. Meanwhile, June has grabbed hold of my arm and is now squeezing it tightly. What's with that crazy strong grip? Crap, I think he's cutting the blood flow to my arm. Whatever you do, do it fast. Because this living Touriqu. What? Definition. Okay.
Tourniquet.
Tourniquet? What the fuck is a tourniquet? A device for stopping the flow of blood through a vein or artery. Typically by compressing a limb with a cord or tight bandage. Okay then. A tourniquet makes me lose my arm. Shuichi chuckles, grabbing hold of June's shirt collar and dragging him towards the store. And in the process, I get dragged along with them since June refuses to let go of my arm. By the time we manage to squeeze our way through the crowd of people and into the shop, both June and I are almost seeing stars.
Jun-kun, it's okay. You can open your eyes now.
Eh? June finally snaps out of it, looking around in confusion. Where are we? Shinkun took us to a nearby store. Now, would you please let go? I can't feel my arm. He finally notices the fact that he still has a death grip on my arm and releases it. I can feel it. I can feel my arm again. Oh, happy day. Sorry, I'm not good with crowds.
No kidding.
June rubs his cheeks in embarrassment.
Oh, come on. None of that matters now, and since we're both in this beautiful store anyway.
Shuichi starts rubbing his hands, looking like one of those stereotypical scheming villains that you see in really bad action flicks.
Excuse me. Can I have 3 green tea flavored rice cakes, please? Thank you.
He hands a bill to the clerk and takes a small paper bag with the sweets. June wipes a. June whimpers as he sees Shoichi start eating. Shoichi notices it immediately.
Do you want some?
Oh, no, I don't want to impose.
It's not imposing. Here, take one.
Shoji walks up to June, holding one a cake with a. Holding one a cake? What? Okay. With a big smile on his face. Well, if you're going to offer, then I guess. He tried to nonchalantly play it off as if it wasn't a big deal, even though his face easily gives it away. It's so good.
Ueshiraha, you want one too?
I'll pass. I can't stand Japanese sweets. Keikun stares at the little rice cake with a measure of disgust that I didn't think was possible for him. Plus, if you only have one left, then shouldn't you offer it to Yuichi-san first?
As if. He hates green tea with a passion.
It's true, I really do. I nod to emphasize my point, looking down at the green tea treat with disgust equal to Keisuke's. Shoichi finishes eating both of his sweets and puts the bag into the trash and dusting his hands as he does so.
Well, then I guess we should get going.
Can't we stay here just a little longer? June asks, half pleading. Shuichi looks to at least be considering it. Well, if it's Shuichi we're talking about, then his next move will probably be...
Oh, there's a karaoke just around the corner. How about we go there?
Just suggesting something nearby, just so he can please June. Yep, just as easy to read as always. Aren't karaoke places kind of expensive?
It's fine. If the four of us pitch in, we can get our room for a couple hours, dirt cheap. Oh, I'm surprised you know about that. You go to karaoke often?
Every now and then. Oh, then I'm looking forward to seeing you sing Urashira-san.
No, I don't sing in public. Don't say that. What are you going to do when, if you're not gonna take part?
What are you going to do if you're not going? Okay. I'm going to make fun of how bad you are. Isn't that obvious?
You trying to pick a fight?
Okay, let's not cause another scene in public, shall we? They seem to have compiled for the time being, even though they continued glaring at one another. Good grief. It's like walking around with a bunch of 5th graders. Wow, this place is so pretty, and it even has air conditioning. June runs up to the air conditioner and shoves his face in front of the main fan. So cool.
He does know that that's just a regular fan, right?
I don't think he cares about the difference in style right now. The rapidly spinning blades distorts his voice, making it sound robotic. The three of us watch in astonishment as his childish delight over common objects comes out of full force. Is this the karaoke machine? He touches a black box that is now standing standing below a giant plasma screen and it immediately lights up. Oh, did I break it? Oh, this has touch buttons. The place I usually go to doesn't have them yet. Tachi-button? Touch button. Oh, is it written in English? So he's like Tachi-button. Okay. It seems that English has stumped him quite a bit. Okay, yeah.
Touch button.
That means instead of having the actually press down on a clickable button, it has a surface that registers your touch instead. Oh, that's so high tech. Well, it's true that his enthusiasm puts us all in a better mood. Not really. It's pretty average, and most DVD and Blu-ray players nowadays use those. It's pretty new for karaoke machines, though. Essentially commercial ones, especially commercial ones. After all, due to the hard workload, they have to make sure they're durable, so they can't just cram in new features. True. Keikun sits down at the seat closest to the air conditioning machine, picking up the portable tablet screen that shows the music list. So, what's going on? Oh, who's going to... Me, let me go first. And June nearly crawls over Keikun, pressing his face so close to his that they almost touch. Keikun jumps back in his seat, completely taken aback. All right, take it. Here's the controller. Keikun hands him the device. How do I use this? June taps the pen on a bunch of different places on the screen, making the TV flash a bunch of random lists. Give this to me. Unable to watch it anymore, Keikun snatches the controller from his hand and puts it back on the song list selection screen. Just choose a song and I'll play it for you. Okay. Yeah. And June sings in singing is full of passion and excitement. It's more than clear that he's not focused on singing perfectly, and is instead just trying to have fun. Even though his voice is nothing to write home about, his natural charisma makes you enjoy watching him. From the corner of my eye, I see Keikun tapping his hands on his legs to the rhythm, silently watching as well. Shuichi is merely humming alongside the music. It seems he also likes this song quite a bit. It's so atmospheric. Eventually, June's song ends. He sits down, huffing and puffing. That was a lot more draining than I thought. But did you have fun? Yeah. Then that's all that matters. Look, the machine is giving you a score now. They give out scores? The new ones do. The machine reads, calculating your score. Please wait. For a few seconds, June shifts closer to the screen, waiting impatiently for it. Then the screen blinks. Your score is 71. Congratulations, is what it says. Just 71? Boo. Let me try again. Let other people have a turn first. I'm sure you didn't mean it, but Keikun's voice just now was a bit more stern than necessary, not to mention his eyes. Sorry. He immediately notices how it affected June, though, making sure he apologizes promptly. He leans back on his seat, uncomfortable. Well, it seems even Shoichi is at a loss. What was that about? Shiraha, could it be that you want to sing? No. I see. I see what's going to happen even before it happens. Okay then, you sing. Me? No way. Then how about a competition? Keikun's ears immediately turn towards Shoichi. Slowly, he turns his head in his direction. What do you have in mind? I don't know if I should congratulate Shoichi for manipulating Keikun that easily. We sing each a song, then we'll have these two decide who was the best singer. The loser has to buy lunch for the winner. That's all? That's a pretty boring winning prize. Not all of us are rich, you know. So you're saying you're afraid of losing? What's with that face? It's scary. I'm saying it's a probability. Possibility. Keikun's eyes narrow, and he considers the idea. He silently, muses over it for a few seconds before. Don't regret it when you lose. Suishi smiles again. Keikun stands in place, gripping the microphone tightly in his hands. Okay, this is cute. He's a chunky boy. But okay. Whoa, holy shit, I didn't know how big. Floof. What? That's so big. Okay. I thought his tail was gonna be proportional. Cause like, sheep's tails aren't like that. Or is he not a Shiba? I thought he was a Shiba. It's fine. Somehow he looks far more imposing than that mic in his hand. With that mic in his hand. The song starts playing. It's a rock and roll song that does not match at all with the image Keisuke of Keisuke that I have in my head. I thought he would pick something more classical sounding. As the air starts getting more and more tense, I see the screen indicating that the vocals should begin in a few seconds. Instinctively, I hold my breath. Keisuke's voice echoes through the room, crashing against us like countless waves. From seemingly nowhere, his voice starts to scream out a song, spilling it all out, out with much power. It's like the air in front of us explodes, unable to react. I just stand there in a daze. When I look to the side, I see both Shoichi and Jun gasping at him, both as surprised as I am. Keikun continues to sing with so much confidence, as if this sort of thing was natural for him. The song shifts into chorus. His voice goes even higher. I'm surprised he can even make those sounds with his voice. He sounds so inexpressive when he's talking. Before I notice, the song has ended. Keikun places the microphone back on the table and sits back on the couch, not bothering to look at his score. Out of curiosity, I peer at the screen. The score is 100. Congratulations! You've achieved a max score.
Are you for real?
I didn't even know what to say. What is there even to say?
Wow.
Shoichi, too, looks completely flabbergasted. He keeps staring at the score screen, not taking his eyes off of the big golden 100 written on it. Keisuke-san, that was amazing! We're both caught by surprise when Jun almost screams that line out, making us jump in our seats. Keisuke doesn't look too surprised. In fact, he's been spacing out in his seat until Jun called him. Why didn't you tell us you were such a great singer? Please do one more. Encore! Encore! He looks slightly annoyed by Jun's attitude, resorting to a sigh to show his displeasure, which of course flies by Jun's head. You should totally be a singer. I'm not interested in music. He says that. He says somewhat harshly. But that's such a waste. The only thing I want to do is play tennis. Everything else is nothing but a distraction. Even though he says that with such conviction, his eyes were looking away. But...
Alright, I guess it's my turn now, right?
Jun seemed like he wanted to say more, but Shoichi was quick to interject. Probably for the best, too. Otherwise, the mood might have turned incredibly sour.
Let's see, what should I pick then?
Colors by Flo. I only got a 79 this time, boo! Jun was pouting and throwing a fit as he got another score below the 80s. Shoichi was too busy laughing at him to care. He nearly knocked down the controller as he thrashed around in his laughing fit. Sheesh, calm down, will you? Keikun started at them with an amazed expression. I myself am surprised at how lively these two can be. They really get along surprisingly well. But I didn't manage to get a score over 80 a single time, and everyone else got a bunch. Come on, you shouldn't rely on a machine to give you your singing a score. It's not going to be accurate. Really? Because Keisuke got 3 perfect scores in a row. Keikun looks away, seemingly uncomfortable. Well, that is true, though it took quite a bit of convincing after he went the first time. We managed to get him to sing a couple more times. Imagine our surprise when both of them were pitch perfect and got solid 100 scores. Afterwards, he was too embarrassed by the attention given to him by Jun and refused to sing further. You just need more practice. You sound good. He deflects, trying to take the attention away from himself. Well, that's cute too. Boo. Still, June remains sour for for a bit of time. The sound of knocking echoes from the door. Excuse me, your 2 hours will be over in 3 minutes. Would you like an extension? Has it been that long already? Man, time sure flies today. I'm sorry, I can't stay any longer. I need to get back to my estate by 4 p.m. anyway. You live in an estate? Got a problem with that? The only problem I have is with your attitude. No, not at all. It's just surprised me. Well, that's fine. Oh, is that a hint of red I see in his cheeks? I should probably get going as well. There are some matters I need to look into for the student council before I head home. Shoichi-san, you always seem to be doing a lot in the council. Is it that fun? Is it that fun to work with them? Fun? The question seems to catch him by surprise. His face scrunched up for a few seconds before he can recompose himself. I suppose it is. What do they have you doing this time? Well, they took a few matters out of my hand in the last couple of days. Said I needed some time to myself lately. But I have to check with the city hall about campaign we're doing to protect the woods close to the campus. Ah, alright. I remember that was a big part of your election pitch. Yeah, that and arranging some more scholarships for areas outside of sports. Jun-kun was actually the first student to be given a scholarship using the program I proposed. What, seriously? Does that mean you're the reason I managed to join the school? Nah, you have your own merit to thank for that. All I did was set it in motion. I had no idea his project had been accepted already. He's been planning this since he first joined the school 2 years ago. I can't believe he didn't tell me something like that. Well, there are still a lot of things that need to be discussed. While I managed to get approval for music scholarships, I haven't gotten their approval for things like debate that are more theoretical. Really, I think I won't be able to see the fruits of my labor while I'm still studying here. Don't worry, I'll make sure to keep things going for you. You say that as if you're getting elected next year was already a done deal. Keikun merely smiles in response. Anyway, we should get going soon. Our 3 minutes should be close to being over, and I'm afraid they might charge us another hour if we go over our allotted time. Wow, you're right. All you have to do is talk about being charged more money to make June panic. Ah, so easy to read. Bye-bye. June waves to the two of them as their backs become further and further away. We still have quite a bit of daylight for ourselves. I wonder what I should do now. Yuichi-san. I snap out of my daze as June waves his hand in front of my eyes, startling me. Jeez, what are you doing spacing out in the middle of the day? You're the last person I want to hear that from. He bursts out laughing uncontrollably. A few passerbys turn to look at us in curiosity. I feel my cheeks start to burn red hot. I don't like having this kind of attention. I try in vain to make him calm down, but he continues laughing out loud for the longest time. Ah, this is so damn embarrassing. I'm sorry. I just thought it was really ironic for me to be saying that. If you're that aware of it, then don't say it. He gives me a very wide grin, looking really pleased with something. Still, I like it. I had a lot of fun today, too. Thanks for going out with me, Suichi-san. Oh, crap. What is this adorable creature? What sort of response should I have to this? Oh, my mind is going blank. It was nothing. I managed to stammer out that line, completely conscious that my cheeks are red. I see June looking down on the ground, kicking up a little dirt, a mournful smile on his face. To be honest, I was feeling a little overwhelmed with pressure lately. There's so much around I need to cover before I'm ready to take part in piano competition again. I felt so weak and helpless. But you helped me relax. Thanks to you, I feel completely renewed again. I'll make sure to put on a great performance next time, so please come watch me. His smile melts my heart.
Yeah, I'll look forward to it. Just tell me the date and I'll come.
Yep, I'll make sure to call Shoichi and Keisuke to thank them properly for going out with us today. Thanks again, Yuichi-san. June turns away, waving at me one last time, and starts walking away in large steps, almost hopping around. See you later.
See ya.
It makes me happy seeing him walk so merrily on his way. I stand and watch as his back gets further and further away, waiting around until he is completely away from my sight. I could have probably gone with him half the way home if I wanted to, but for some reason I decided to stay around. Maybe I could still look around at some shops. There's still a few hours until I have to come home, and there's nothing for me to do there. My mind is made up and starts walking in the opposite direction. Ah! This is just gonna blind me. I hear a knock at the door the first thing in the morning as I prepare to leave for school. Aniki, there's someone at the door. My younger brother shouts out groggily from the bathroom. Coming. I make sure to be loud enough so whoever's outside can hear me as well. Who is...
Morning.
Shoichi smiles at me, his tail wagging.
Shoichi, what are you doing here? I wanted to go to school with you. You got a problem with that?
No, not at all. I'm just surprised. We stopped walking to school together because you were always so busy.
Yeah, I know. But my entire schedule for the next 2 days ended up being cleaned by happenstance. So I decided to use this break to come here.
Really? What happened?
There was a bug problem going on with the volleyball courts, so they had to be sealed off and fumigated, so it'll be out of order for the day. And some of the new student council members took away a bunch of my assignments saying that I needed a break. I didn't agree to it, but they kicked me out of the room nevertheless. This is probably the freest I've been since we joined high school. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what to do with myself.
Well, that's pretty unexpected.
What? If you're dissatisfied with something, I can just go to the school on my own.
Shoichi pouts and turns away from me. Sorry. I'm super excited, yes. I wave my arms around in the sort of a dance-like sequence. Shoichi starts laughing.
What the hell are you doing? I was just joking.
Well, how should I have known that? Shit, I can feel my face getting hot.
Come on. You've known me for years. How can you not have noticed that I was joking?
I'm still sleepy. Give me a break.
Hey, if I waited for you to be fully awake, I'd be waiting forever.
I'm not sleepy all the time, jackass.
Oh, really? Then what about, when are you not?
When I'm asleep.
See?
Oh, shut up. I slip on a pair of shoes and grab my bag next to the door. Aki, I'm heading out. Make sure you lock the door when you leave. I see a little arm wave out of the door. All right. Shuichi and I begin our walk to school. Man, it's been so long since the last time we did this. 2 years, was it? It feels so nice to have someone to talk to on your way over. It's nostalgic somehow. By the way, what exactly happened with your council? I remember you telling me last week that your duties were at nightmare status.
A new vice presidents found out I'd been hiding paperwork from them and took it from me to divide among the members.
You've been hoarding work?
I like my work with the student council. What's wrong with that?
Other than the weirdest case of addiction I've ever seen, nothing. Still, you're doing way too much work. I guess next time you blow off hanging out with me, I'll consult your VP about it.
Jeez, what a tattletale.
Shuichi's hand brushes off mine as we keep on walking.
Ah, sorry. Oh, did I ever tell you my mother is remarrying next year? Apparently, she met this.
His hand brushes mine again.
Ah, sorry. Anyway, she met a guy at work, at a work meeting last year, and they have been going out ever since. Isn't it great?
Oh, look at that. You're going to have a new dad.
I'm too old to have a new dad. I'll just think of him as some guy my mom is.
His hand brushes mine again for the third time.
Ah, sorry.
What are you doing so, What are you being so, conscious of me for? That's creepy.
Jeez, I have at least an inkling of respect for personal space.
No, you don't. You don't even know what the definition of it is.
Do you have that little faith in me?
Faith in you? Are you kidding?
Alright, I get it. I'm just being a bother, aren't I? Maybe I should just go...
I'm not falling for that one again.
Boo.
You seem to be in a good spirits today.
Well, I am a little pissed that they wrestled control of the social council from me, but... It does feel good to have a free day, though. I suddenly have so much time.
That is the definition of a free day, yes?
Well, aren't you funny? I'm just trying to say that I don't have any idea what to do with myself.
Why don't you hang out with somebody? With someone?
I don't really have any friends outside of you guys, and you're all busy with your clubs.
June isn't.
Yes, he is. June is practicing for the piano competition next week.
Wait, what?
Didn't he tell you that already?
No. Wait, I think he told me that sometime last week.
It seems he's not the only airhead around here, huh?
Shut it. Things have been very hectic lately. You can't expect me to remember every little thing.
Sure, I guess.
Are you going to watch him?
Yeah, I'm planning to make it a surprise. Saya and Urashiraha are coming too.
What? How many people know about it?
Everyone but you, it seems. And after I told him we were all going, how disappointed he'll be when he realizes you weren't there. You won't be there.
Cut it, Pinocchio. You just told me he didn't know you're going yet.
I found out then. I was found out then.
Give me a break.
Huh.
Shuichi chuckles. His tale is usually lively this morning. Unusually lively this morning. Back and forth like a feather duster. Shuichi stretches a little while walking.
It's so good to be able to enjoy a quiet morning.
Maybe you should take that as a sign to cut back on your responsibilities.
Let's not get too crazy, okay?
No, I'm pretty sure between the two of us, I'm not the crazy one.
I prefer being called enthusiastic.
And I'd prefer if my friend weren't a giant workaholic. You can't always get what you want, indeed.
I'm not a workaholic.
I start counting on my fingers. Student council, volleyball club, class president, private tutor, cram school, college prep.
Okay, I get the message. Please stop.
I can feel my stomach churn just from thinking about it. I'm surprised you haven't had a stress-related breakdown already, or at least an ulcer.
I'm not stressed. Well, maybe a little. Still, I like doing what I do.
Wouldn't hurt you to delegate some tasks. Though, you keep trying to do everything on your own. At least when you're working on a club and the council, you could rely on other people to to do to do more time-consuming stuff.
I'm not sure if I'm okay with it. You're a control freak, you know that? Hey, rude. Though I suppose you might be right, just a little though.
You know I'm right.
Yeah, get off my tail.
This is my, even if he, pretends to be annoyed, I know better. His tail hasn't stopped wagging since we left the house. Senpai! A girl comes over towards Shoichi. I'm sorry. We had some trouble with the student council paperwork. We tried calling your phone, but you didn't answer.
Huh?
Shuichi pulls his phone out from his pocket. Upon trying to use it, it doesn't light up.
What? It didn't charge? Crap, I must have forgotten to put it onto the charger when I went to sleep. What papers are you having trouble with?
The school festival papers.
Ah, I should have known. Is it the budget forms? Those are always a pain in the ass to deal with. Ah, Yuichi, it seems I won't be able to spend the morning with you after all.
Don't worry about it. I'll go deal with it before you have an aneurysm.
Thanks.
Shuichi rushes ahead, the girl following behind him. I watch as his back fades away from view. I guess I'll just wait in class until the bell rings. Well, that's probably a good place to end the part. So I'll see you around, everyone.